Namaste and welcome to Wisdom at Sunrise. By developing stronger movement and mindfulness practices, we will find peace through chaos. Time to flow.
Good morning. Today is day 2 of our Bodies of Self series, and we're going to be talking about the mind body today. And a quote for this one is, "A mind is like a parachute. It doesn't work if it isn't open." Frank Zappa. That's pretty on the nose, but it's true, right? But understanding how to utilize the mind body is important, because a lot of people think, the mind encompasses pretty much anything that the body doesn't, right? Well, the way that I understand it, it doesn't. The way that I feel is the mind and the spirit, or the soul, whatever you want to call that, is broken down, and they break up tasks of what you should and shouldn't be doing with each of your bodies of self, right? So the mind is like an observer, okay? It's not a computer. It's best to utilize your mind to take in information, not necessarily to analyze it. So what that means is you should always try to be observing the situations you're in, finding lessons in those situations, taking sensations around you, taking in how things make you feel. And so that way that when you are ready to determine, your courses of action, you'll be more prepared to do so, because you've been able to observe and take in as much information as possible. Move out throughout your day, moment to moment, and be as mindful within those moments as you possibly can, okay? And we're talking mindful eating, taking in the smells, the textures, the feeling of each of these bites in your meals. Mindful moving, feel each muscle, tendon, ligament, everything contract and stretch as you move. Feel how, it makes you emotionally feel, and then how it makes you physically feel. And then mindfully communicate. Okay, this one's big, because a lot of people think, well, mindfully communicate, what does that mean? It actually means to listen more, okay? So we really only want to talk when it adds value, unless you're just talking in the breeze with somebody, having a good time. But when you're in a situation where value is needed, you should only speak when you add value. And you shouldn't listen just to hear yourself think. You should listen to respond to what the other person is saying, right? And that is mindful communication. And then when you're writing, try to articulate what you're saying in a way that it paints a picture in the reader's mind rather than just the words, because everyone's gotten that one-line email, from whomever at the office, and you're like, oh great, this person's mad, or this person is this or that, when in reality it was they only had 5 seconds, so they just threw this email. So when you're doing that, don't do that. Wait to respond until you have time to articulate an emotion attached to your written word, because they are going to take it how their mind perceives it, not how you perceived it when you wrote it, right? And then also mindful breathing. A lot of us just don't think about breathing because it's something that happens naturally, right? Well, we also don't breathe into our lungs enough, and that's no wonder we have so many health issues, right? So take some deep breaths to calm your mind. Take some long breaths, to really just focus and calm down. And take a second before you speak in emotion, and take some powerful breathing to energize the body. And that's what the mind body is good for you. So if you have a comment, leave it, and I will see you tomorrow for the third spirit body.
Thanks for flowing with us. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the show, and follow us on social media at Warrior Monk Method.